Good morning, everyone. Take a moment to get settled and tune in. This morning's session is a special request that came to me yesterday. And one of my friends wrote to me and said that she's very concerned about the number of messages she's receiving which are filled with hostility and hatred against a neighboring country. And without getting into specifics, we do have a very confrontative position between two large countries. It almost seems like people forget what the price of war is, and they get swept up in this attitude of we are better and we'll show them. And today's session is about shifting from hatred and anger and identification towards harmony and loving kindness. Just restoring harmony and balance and wishing well to all concerned. And as each one of us does this, it creates a balance. And if you ever have the interest, look up a book called Power versus Force by David Hawkins, where he explains how even a short period of time cultivating a high level of consciousness magnifies the impact on our collective consciousness. In other words, what we're practicing now is not limited to you and me. It impacts the collective in a way that we may not fully understand. So for the rest of this session, we will be cultivating states of harmony, loving kindness, wishing well, wishing happiness, wishing freedom from anxiety to all beings, especially those who are involved and affected by this escalating conflict. Bring your attention to your breath. And breath by breath, allow yourself to really settle into the present, settle into your body. And see if you can get into a more steady pattern of breathing. And breathing deeper, breathing all the way from the belly. And now have a sense that you're not breathing in through the nose. You're actually breathing in through the middle of your heart. And breathing out through the middle of the heart. With each breath, you refresh the whole body. You calm the whole heart. Every in-breath refreshes and harmonizes the heart. Every out-breath releases any worry, any tension, any underlying fears completely. And truly, being in the present does both those things. Paying close attention to each heart breath. And breath by breath, we are creating moments of harmony, moments of peacefulness, no matter how tiny they are, in our being. We're moving away from the collective vibrational field, collective consciousness. And we're being much more proactive, much more deliberate and conscious about what frequency we want to be attuned to. And magnetizing in the heart profound harmony, magnificent harmony. Breath by breath. And now with each in-breath, not only are you harmonizing the heart, you're harmonizing the entire body. Think of an image which for you represents harmony. Could be sunrise, could be a still lake, could be a quiet village scene. Think of what image comes to you, what represents harmony to you, and as you think of that image, breath by breath, harmonizing the entire body, still breathing in through the heart. I'm getting the image of a field that's between mountains, high up in the Himalayas. And the villagers are there working in that field, connected to earth. As I breathe in, I hold that image. So see what image comes to you that represents harmony. And breath by breath, fill the entire heart, the entire body, with this deep sense of harmony. Harmony is a sense of everything being in the right place. Nothing needs to be manipulated, adjusted. Everything's already in the right place. So breath by breath, recognizing a deeper cosmic harmony. Breathing into the center of the heart. With each breath now, two times the harmonious impact, harmonious effect, harmonizing effect. With each out breath, releasing all the tensions, twice as effectively, twice as deeply. And now with each breath, loving kindness, harmonious thoughts to everyone you love and care for. You wouldn't want harm to anyone that you love or care for. So breath by breath, creating a beautiful shield, a beautiful aura of love and protection around those you love. It's like a beautiful color is coming out of your heart and surrounding all those you love and care for, completely surrounding them. And now breath by breath, expanding further, to all those directly and indirectly impacted by the escalating tensions between two countries. There are many who are impacted. Families are impacted. Villages are impacted. Communities are impacted. So now, breath by breath, from the heart, radiating, harmonizing, loving wishes for all those impacted. Never underestimate the power of this practice. Just do your best. Breath by breath. Strong, loving intentions. And it's like your peace, your quiet, your contentment, your harmony is now filling up each of those homes, each of those places, each of those hearts. You don't even know how it's happening. It's just happening. And as you breathe out all their fear, all their anxiety, all their worry. If it ever gets too intense for you, just come back to simple breathing again, simple being again. And then as your own battery gets charged, you expand and start radiating, harmonizing wishes, loving wishes. Each one here is actually a channel of blessings. That's actually a truer definition of who we are. We're not just an individual. We are a conduit, a channel, a portal, infinite blessings to pour into this world. So update your identity. And breath by breath, opening yourself up to just radiating harmony. And for the rest of this practice now, moment by moment, only harmonious thoughts are arising. Peaceful thoughts are arising. Like you're drenching this entire situation and everyone involved, from the leadership down to each individual, down to everyone, everything involved. In a continuous stream of harmonious vibrations, intensity of harmony. from the deepest core of your being, every particle of your being. Only harmonious intentions are arising for everyone involved, everyone affected. May the clouds of delusion be dispelled. May this learned hatred evaporate. We are one human family, and there are certain interests that keep provoking us against each other. Let us not be misled. War has never led to any solutions, it's only created more problems, which often take generations and generations to heal. Intense being and the radiance of harmony as you do this practice, chances are pretty deep things will move inside of you. That's quite normal because you're working with the collective consciousness. So remember that it's not personal. And all you gotta do is breath by breath, breathing in harmony, and breathing out disharmony to the best of your ability. And this much is enough. With just this much, you are part of the solution. You are not part of the problem. Begin with end in mind. What would it be like to have a relationship of trust, mutual appreciation, with free and open borders, free and open trade, what would it be like for this human family to live and coexist together? In a harmonious way. Unless we imagine that, focus on that, how will it ever come to be? We have to start by believing in it. That creates a blueprint for that reality to crystallize, to condensate, to consolidate. I have a vision of a time when every human being, especially every child, we all are absolutely guaranteed the basics of life. No matter where you live, no matter where you're born, everybody has access to good, nutritious food, decent shelter, decent clothing, medical care. That's just the basics. And of course, access to whatever education they need to develop their inborn genius, their inborn talent. Now imagine a world like that for a moment. And this is just there across the whole world. This is like the basic. And the second part of this is that we have open borders or no borders. No need for a passport. We are all global citizens. And while we honor the local traditions, the local language, the local customs, we are very happy to learn from each other. Even to think of such a possibility starts opening our minds. As long as we are identified with one community very strongly, one nationality very strongly, it's only a matter of time we will have friction with another. It's time to rise to a new level of consciousness. Just like we went from tribal consciousness to national consciousness, we will go from national consciousness to global planetary consciousness, and then from there to cosmic consciousness, to ultimately beyond consciousness. So this morning each of us has taken an inner journey, and in our own little way we have harmonized our heart, harmonized the body, and radiated with every particle of our being harmonious intentions, loving vibrations to everyone involved, everyone affected. And now let us surrender the entire situation to that which makes the universe, that which operates the universe, that which transforms the universe. And surrender it. Let thy will be done. Let thy will be done. Not my will, thy will. And as we trust that, each one of us has done our dharma. We've done our duty. Be happy. Be happy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.